Well, okay, my little strawberry dumplings. Today, I am going to share with you my little shortcake, cupcake. I'm running out of desserts. Let me tell you about my first cellular phone. It was not a flip-up phone. No, although those were really, really cool. It was just this little brick, and it was indestructible. The battery would last for weeks. I know, imagine a battery lasting for a long time, more than a day. Thank you, Apple, for changing our standards on battery life. Where was I? Oh yeah, cell phones. I didn't get a cell phone until I think I was about 17 or 18 years old. But we lived just fine without them. Back in my day, what we did, gasoline was 99 cents a gallon, which it was at one point in my life. I remember that very vividly. Getting out, pumping gas, and thinking, whoa, it's under $1. Even in that day, it was quite cheap. Of course, I'm probably saying this to some really old people out there who are like, 15 cents is considered a good deal. But anyway, 99 cents, I thought that was awesome. Well, cell phones, my parents originally got a cell phone from my grandparents, and this was a wicked, wicked phone. I wish I still had it. It was very similar to a brick. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure they still nicknamed them bricks. Those original phones that had quite a bit of substance to them. And they didn't fold up or anything, just the keypad was right on there. I remember playing with it, just thinking, wow, I could throw this through a window and then reach through the window and grab whatever's on the other side of the window and then run off with a bunch of candy. No. I didn't think about such unethical things. But cell phones were so handy because you could use the cell phone to contact people in the event of an emergency. Isn't that interesting? I do recall quite vividly driving by like a traffic accident, and my parents sort of, I know you hate it when people slow down, but like when it first happens, you want to make sure that they don't need any assistance. And I remember my parents saying, hey, we have a cell phone in our car. Would you like to borrow it to call 911? Yeah, imagine that. Now everybody has a cell phone. I'm sure if you're listening to this 100 years later, you probably have one implanted in your retina. So yeah, that's what you did if you had a cell phone and you didn't think anybody else had one. You just would politely ask if they'd like to borrow it, and in the event of an emergency. The internet was very interesting. Growing up with the internet, there was a moment in my life when we didn't have the internet, and it was considered really cool to dial up and get the ding ding ding. That's what it sounded like when you're dialing up on your modem. You could not use your telephone line at the same time as you were dialing up. But I remember hooking up to Juno Mail. I doubt that it's still around, but that was cool because it was pre-installed on this little client on your computer. You didn't actually open up a web browser to access your mail. No, that was considered insecure. You would never access your email on a web browser. What are you talking about? But I used Google for the first time. I don't remember the exact moment or even who told me about it, but I remember them saying, have you tried Google? Because everybody used Yahoo. That was just your go-to. I was like, Google? What is that? Is that like the number Google? Like big. That's what Google means, by the way. And that's what you associated with Google. But now it's just a household term, even to the point of being a verb. I'm going to Google that for you. Or even an adverb. I am looking at you very googly. We should make that a trend. But I used ask.com, or back then it was Ask Jeeves, which was really obnoxious to phrase your search query in the form of a question. where is the nearest McDonald's in relation to Spokane, Washington, or something like that? It's like, no, now you just do keywords, right? Go to Lycos, Alta Vista, all of these great websites, which are probably now obsolete because of poor Google. I wonder if Yahoo is still around if you're listening to this. If so, I'm sorry. I can't stand them. Okay.